So do you also want to generate YouTube video tags in seconds? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to generate YouTube video tags using an AI agent. So like you, I also used to manually generate the YouTube video tags, but this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the video title and the description into my Google Sheet, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the YouTube video tags, and further we are just going to add them into my Google Sheet so that my team can review it and further post it. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI and Google Sheets, and to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to use an AI agent to automatically generate YouTube video tags based on the title and description. So yes, I have already created this automation, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this automation. For that I'm just going to enter the video title and the video description, and within seconds and in real time the generated tags will be added right over here. So we just have to wait for a few seconds, and as you can see the tags have been added right over here. So yes, this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we are just going to create in today's video, that in real time and in within seconds the tags will be generated and added right over here. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then please watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm simply going to open a new tab, and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free, and you're going to get 100 of stars free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and now it's opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And once I'm just going to click on this access, now it is going to open my dashboard, and to get started I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I've already created, in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created mine, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations, and now I'm just going to name my workflow as this: generate YouTube video tags using AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it, and now for the trigger event I'm simply going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet true. And now it's giving me a webhook URL, so we're just going to use the same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL, and after copying this webhook URL I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. We have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then we have to go towards this get add-ons. And after coming over here towards this get add-ons, we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. So we are simply going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here. So as you can see that I have already installed this, and if you want to install this you can simply install it right from here. And after installing this you simply have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet, otherwise you'll not be able to get the option of this Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this option of Pabbly Connect webhooks, we have to go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks and then towards this initial setup. And now it's going to ask me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So now for the webhook URL, we are simply going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. Now for the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter my trigger column, which is B. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So for me, the trigger column is B, but for you, it will be according to your own spreadsheet. And after entering this webhook URL and the trigger column, I'm simply going to click on this button which says submit. And yes, you can see it is saying setup configured successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and any notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and now over here I'm just going to do the test submission. But for that we have to go towards this extensions Pabbly Connect webhooks, and over here you're going to get the button of this send on event. So you have to keep in mind that this button should always be switched on, which is send on event. So yes, it is really important to switch on this button, otherwise the details will be not sent towards your webhook URL. So yes, after switching on this button, I'm just going to do the test submission. I'm just going to enter the video title and the description right over here. And once I'm just going to enter both of these details, with this we have successfully completed the test submission, and now the details of this test submission has been sent towards our webhook URL. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response of the video title and the description. And now I'm just going to use these details only to generate YouTube video tags. For that, I'm just going to select my action application as my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So I'm just going to search for OpenAI and select it. For the action event, I'm just going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. Now it's asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me and click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. So I'm simply going to go towards my OpenAI API key page to get the API key. And now we simply have to click on this create new secret key button. It is asking me for the key name and the project. So one by one you have to enter the key name and the project and click on this create secret key button. I've already created my key, so I'm simply going to add that key right over here and click on this button which says save. And with this we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it's asking me to select the AI model, so I'm simply going to select it as GPT-4. You can select any another of your choice, and now it is asking me to enter the prompt. So I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. And in this prompt, I'm just going to map this video title and video description. Alright, so I'm not going to enter it manually, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So first I'm just going to map this video title, then I'm just going to map this video description right over here. So one by one I'm just going to map both of these details, and now I'm just going to click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on the save and send test request, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me YouTube video tags for this title and description. And as you can see that we have successfully generated these tags, and now I'm just going to add these tags into my Google Sheets. For that I'm just going to add another action step, and now for the action application I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. And now for the action event I'm simply going to select it as update cell value. So I'm just going to search for update cell value right over here, and then I'm just going to simply select it and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So I've recently connected my Google Sheets account, so I'm simply going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to go towards this add a new connection and then sign in with Google. I've already connected, so I'm simply going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. And now over here I'm just going to simply select my spreadsheet, which is YouTube tag generator, and then after selecting the spreadsheet I'm just going to select the sheet, which is sheet 1. And now it is asking me to enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated. So the range which needs to be updated is C4, so I'm simply going to enter C4 right over here. But over here this is C4 right now, but with every new response it is going to change. It will be C5, 6, 7 and so on. But you must know that this C is constant, so I'm just going to keep this C as static, but I'm simply going to map the row index. So the row is going to change, but the column is same. And now for the value I'm simply going to map the tags which my AI agent generated, and now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And as you can see that we have successfully received the positive response, that we have successfully added these details into my Google Sheets. So I'm I'm just going to open my Google Sheets, and as you can see, the generated tags have been added right over here. So yes, you can see that within seconds and in real time, this is going to be added right over here. Now, whenever I'm just going to add the video title and the description. So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our workflow, and now we don't have to come back in again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. All of this is going to happen in backend. We just have to sit back and relax like I showed you in the starting of this video. We only have to enter both of these details and automatically the tags will be generated. So now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.